This is one of those cases of a tale of becoming TikTok famous for all of the wrong reasons.
What have you tried that you would never try again?
My first husband.
If you didn't guess it, we are going to be talking about the Resilient Jenkins family today. Now, a little bit of a backstory if you're not familiar with them, just really quick here. There's tons of videos out on YouTube that take you through, huge playlists of this family over the last few months, but I'll give you just a quick rundown here. They are a family of now 7 living in were living in, prior to this weekend, a 1-bedroom apartment. One of those children, the 7th child, is only like 8 weeks old or something like that. The mom, Stephanie, just had her not that long ago, and then there is a dad named Drew or Andrew. So they are a blended family. Stephanie had 2 children, 2 girls, before she moved in with Drew, who had an older son. So they had 3 kids together, and then since then, in the last couple years of them been living together, they have had 2 more children, yes, in this 1-bedroom apartment. So if you're not familiar with the family, you might be thinking, where do they all sleep? Well, just really quick, the mom and the dad, Stephanie and Drew, actually have the bedroom. The bedroom is theirs with a really nice, comfy king-size bed and 2 TVs and a PS5 that Drew really loves to play. And 2 of the girls are now on bunk beds that were given to the family from an Amazon wish list. And they are sleeping in the dining room, which is connected to the kitchen, literally right next to the potatoes and the onions. And the 2 other kids are sleeping in the living room. One of them is right next to the front door, like feet away from the front door. Something that a lot of people, other creators that talk about this family, have brought up is that they at one point did have 4 cats in this apartment along with all of these people. I think that was before the baby was born. So with 6 people, there were 4 cats. She has recently gotten rid of the cats, which is a whole another topic. But a lot of viewers are outraged about this cat situation because that's just a lot of people and cats in one house, and one of them had a skin condition that was supposedly or allegedly not being treated. Before I go any further, I do want to stop and say that when I very first heard about this family, when their content and other people's content about them started coming across my For You page, I didn't really think much of it. Just at a glance, I thought, well, they're just 2 adults that are trying their best, right? They're doing their best. They're working hard to get to a better place. Like, they decided to combine families, and this is just their sacrifice for the time being. And I honestly gave them a lot of grace, until I started seeing more and more content of theirs specifically from their page come across my feed, and then more and more commentary videos were showing up about it as well. That's when I started actually following the journey and looking more into the family. Now, I'm going to stop here and say that everything that I'm sharing is from very public platforms, mainly TikTok. So these are videos and things that Stephanie herself has posted on TikTok and chosen to share on a public platform, or that other people have publicly put out there. This is where it started clicking with me that maybe there is something to the rage that these people are having when they're commenting on the Resilient Jenkins family and they're not happy about it, is because I realized that neither one of them had a job. So Stephanie has been relentlessly trying to go viral, her own words, on TikTok for like years now. And if you scroll back, I have scrolled back for a long time to get to some of her first videos. She's had videos where she says that she thinks that her kids are so cute and she just can't believe that they haven't gone viral yet, and that this is how she wants to make her money, and that she wants to be a content creator, and she's not working any other job along with this. And so this has been their goal, to go viral, to make money on social media for a long time. And Stephanie has shared that along the way. When I found them, she was still pregnant with the 7th. And so at that time, they did have a small child that was like maybe 2 years old. And he was the only one at that time that wasn't in school. But I thought, okay, so she's a stay-at-home mom. And they're trying to save on daycare costs, because we all know if you're a mom, you know how much daycare costs. It's extremely expensive. A lot of times it's more than the person would make if they went to work, or not that much less, and depending on where you live. So I understood that. Then I realized that Andrew did not have a job. The dad, the boyfriend, the spouse, the partner. And so neither one of them have any income. And then she started talking about how he was door dashing, and he door dashed so much and it worked his body to the bone. And so he had to quit that for health reasons.
Quite frankly, sick of seeing comments about y'all acting like this is just on Drew and he's some kind of deadbeat. He didn't just outwardly quit working just because I started making money on social media. Back when Drew was working his W-2 jobs, he had a tremendous health decline, and that is why we made the choice to start doing self-employment. And when it seems like the right time, we'll open up to our community about those health issues. Okay, bye-bye now.
Early on in their going viral, they did make a statement addressing all of these allegations and all of these questions of like, why don't you guys have jobs? How are you guys paying for everything? Stuff like that. And they did a voice video. I guess their faces weren't shown in it, addressing this. And they both said that Drew has had many jobs. He even was in HVAC for a while, but they weren't paying him enough. They don't think that he should work for, I think it was like $23 an hour or something that he was giving him to start out. And he felt like he should be making more than that. And so he's worth more. And so he quit. And the other jobs were just so demanding on his body and stuff. And they're just excuse after excuse after excuse. And so that's when my flags really started going up. And I started thinking, okay, this is the thing. At the beginning, I excused the behavior of living, 6 people at the time living in a 1-bedroom apartment. I thought, hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Like, I mean, maybe they're saving money. They're waiting until they can get a bigger place. When I tell you that, unfortunately, that is not the case at all here. And all of my hopes for, them as a family when I was following them at first just went straight out the window. Drew does not work. He just has worked his body to the bone. It's for the sake of his health that he doesn't work. And they always do this strange thing of calling a job a W-2 job. Now, I'm not sure why. Like, a W-2 job, meaning that you're not being paid cash, you're not being paid under the table, like you're paying in taxes, your income is being reported, right? But why they specifically say that, it just is really strange to me. I've never heard somebody just call a job a W-2 job before in my life. So that is really strange. But allegedly, and I'm not going to get into all of this in this video here, but allegedly Drew, the dad, has an older son that is not in the picture at all, with another female, and allegedly he abandoned this child, according to that child's mom. I do not know these people. That is what has been alleged on social media. And allegedly he has not paid child support. And so, of course, the speculation, when that started coming out from the oldest son's mom, of course, the speculation then from then was like, okay, well, he doesn't want a W-2 job because he doesn't want his income being reported, because he doesn't want to have to be garnished and to pay child support. And if that's the case, that's shitty. That's shitty. That's really irresponsible. It's even more irresponsible to not take care of your very first child and then continue to have three biological children after that, like to create 3 more children, and then again after that, after you did not take care of the first one. But see, all of this made them blow up, right? So Stephanie got monetized. I think right now she's sitting at maybe like over 200,000 followers. Her views are insane on videos. I mean, most of her views have 800,000 to over 1 million views, even her, most recent ones. And of course, people are really zoning in on her right now because the family is facing an eviction. Now, when I heard this, right, and I heard it from other commentators, but I thought, well, I'm gonna believe it when she says something about it, when Stephanie says something about it. And then she did. She came out and she said, since y'all know the words got out, we're getting evicted, blah, blah, blah. When I first heard that, I thought there is no way they're getting evicted. Like all these people are saying, they're all speculating. There's no way that they're getting evicted for non-payment of rent because she has made so much money on TikTok. Now, I will stop here and say that I am also monetized on TikTok. If you would like to follow me, all of my other social media handles are always in the description of each video, but I am monetized on TikTok. I'm in the creator rewards program, and there are specifications for each video for you to be able to make money off of them. So for them to produce any type of income, first of all, they have to have over 1,000 views, which she has no problem doing that. But the views to make you money, to generate income, the views have to be only from the For You page. So if somebody goes to her profile and clicks on videos, she's not making any money from those clicks or those views or likes or anything like that. It's only if somebody watches a video for at least 5 seconds that comes across their For You page. So even though on a video she might have 1 million views, I highly doubt I know all 1 million of those views are not from the For You page, right? They're from searches, they're from searching something else and clicking on that, they're from going to the profile, they're from other ways. And so she's not making money on, let's say, at least maybe half. I'm not exactly sure. I have no idea what her ratio, I cannot see her dashboard or anything like that. It also depends on what your RPM is. So that's how much money you make per 1,000 qualified views. So, like for instance, on one of my videos, my RPM was $1.06. So every 1,000 qualified views, meaning they saw me from the For You page and they watched for at least 5 seconds, I get $1.06. Right? So I have no idea what her stats are. Every creator is different. I do wonder if her RPM is pretty low just because she has a lot of hate comments and a lot of views, but not likes. And so it's looking to TikTok like her views are not converting to likes and comments. They probably are converting to comments because she's got a lot of hate comments, but they're definitely not converting to likes. And so that engagement is kind of iffy right there. So I'm not sure if that messes with her stuff. Either way, though, this is a really long way for me to say that she is definitely making money off of TikTok. I don't know how much money. I'm not going to speculate. I have no idea, and I'm not even going to try to figure it out. All I do know is that she definitely is making probably a good amount of money on TikTok. Like a pretty good salary, okay? I'm going to say that. Back to the point of the eviction, which is the newest news with them, is that they got evicted this last weekend. I thought there is no way that it could be because of non-payment of rent, because I feel like she's making probably enough money to pay rent. I thought that has to be another reason. Either maybe like Drew was on housing in this apartment and they caught on and found out that she and all these kids were living there and they're not on the lease, they're not on the housing agreement, things like that. I thought maybe the landlord found out that there was 7 people living in this house and that's like way too many for fire code and that's a safety issue. But no, unfortunately, the documents that I have seen publicly do pretty clearly state that they are being evicted for non-payment of rent, which just blows my mind. I just can't understand that. I hope that's an error or something like that. Really doesn't make any sense. Where has all this TikTok money gone? I know that you only get paid from the creator rewards program once a month. And so that's a long time to wait, right? But she's been viral for, I don't know, I'm going to estimate at least 3 months. There's been some time. Like she's gotten a few at least paychecks in that time. So, yeah, they unfortunately have gotten evicted this weekend, and the parents' choices are their parents' choices, but I just cannot fathom these children. And why I'm talking about this and why it makes me so angry is because She even had her mother coming on TikTok saying that she allegedly will take her and the kids in. She will help them. She will do whatever she can. Stephanie just doesn't want to talk to her, and she's been very blatantly obvious in videos, very forthcoming about the fact that she hates her mom and wants absolutely nothing to do with her mom. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, okay, but that mom can come on TikTok and say whatever she wants, because Stephanie has been kind of bashing her mom here and there throughout the time, throughout the videos I've seen. And she does talk pretty poorly of how she has no family support, no mother support, things like that. And she talks about these traumas that she has. She never elaborates on them, but she does talk about them. And so I thought, okay, who knows what kind of mom this is? Who knows if she's even if this is even serious, if she even really would take her and she can say anything. Anybody can say anything, right?
Watching my daughter go viral because she's doing such a great job has been one of the hardest things I have ever had to sit back and watch. Watching my daughter make decisions to stay with a man who clearly does not care about her, doesn't care about those children, continues to bring her down, keeps her from even having the sense to reach out to her family and ask for help. Anyhow, I haven't said a lot because I don't want my words to get twisted and for it to drive an even deeper wedge between me and Stephanie. I hope at some point our relationship can be reconciled and we can move past this. I haven't seen my grandkids in over a year. I have a new grandbaby who I've only seen on social media when other people post videos of my grandbaby. The whole situation is heartbreaking and I have no other words to say about it. Anyhow, I am here for Stephanie. But make no mistake, I have absolutely no room in my heart, in my home, or anywhere in my I just can't even go there. Drew's not welcome here. He's not welcome here.
What I did know is that while I was watching this mom's video, I felt like she was pretty sincere. I felt like I didn't have a lot of suspicions about it. Not that she was probably a perfect mom, I have no idea. But how Stephanie had talked about her, I just didn't get that feeling from this video. Now, that still does not mean that she's not bad or that she, hasn't done things or whatever. But what gets me about it is that I don't care if I didn't have a relationship with my mom, or if I really didn't get along with my mom, or if I really didn't like my mom. If me and my 5 kids were facing homelessness, I would do whatever it took. I would live with my mom if I had to, even if I had a poor relationship with her. And I know it's easier to say, easier said than done. And I'm not in the situation, and I get that. But I feel like most of you would probably agree. You would do whatever it took. Now, with an exception to that, is if my mom or somebody in that household was unsafe. Unsafe to me, unsafe for my children, or for whatever reason, it was an unsafe environment, okay? Not that I just didn't like it or didn't really want to deal with it, but it was literally unsafe for my kids or I. That is the only exception as to why I would choose living in a hotel and facing homelessness with my 5 kids over living with my mom. Is if one of those things were happening. No matter how horrible my relationship was with my mom, those kids come first. Those kids always come first, and I will do whatever it takes to make sure that they don't experience that in their lifetime. And so I just feel like it is incredibly selfish for Stephanie to make this decision just because she doesn't really want to deal with her mom. She doesn't get along with her mom. Her mom maybe made some bad decisions in the past. Maybe she didn't have the most beautiful childhood. Maybe something really did happen. I don't know. But the reason why I don't feel like something like it's actually an unsafe environment for her or her kids is because most people, I'm speculating here, but I'm going to guess that most people would have stated that, right? I feel like Stephanie would have stated that. She would have said in her multiple videos she's made about why she's not going to go to her mom's and F her mom and F this, she doesn't care what she's saying, all this stuff. In that, I feel like if it was actually unsafe, she would have said that. She would have just said that. She didn't have to elaborate on it, but she would have just said that it was an unsafe environment. And to my knowledge, she has never said that. And I feel like viewers, and she would know that viewers would be a little bit more understanding if she was stating that it was actually unsafe. And so that's why I kind of believe her mom, and I don't really believe her that it's the best decision to go to a hotel instead of dealing with her mother and having the kids at her mother's house. And in the video that her mom made, the very first video, she did talk about how at the end, she was like, make no mistake, Stephanie and the kids are welcome here. I just have no room in my heart, in my home, anywhere for Drew. Because this is something I didn't tell you guys at the beginning. So if you're not familiar with this story, you might not know this. But in these videos, at least, that Stephanie has posted for years, she does everything and Drew does absolutely nothing. There's a joke going around on TikTok that Drew's job is his 9 to PS5 because this dude literally sits on the PS5 24/7. And definitely every time Stephanie's recording, you can hear him in the background playing with his buddies and talking to his buddies. One day she did a like Saturday with the hubby video or whatever and followed him around while he like cooked breakfast and did a couple things around the house. The entire time this dude had a headset on and was actively talking to people in between doing things. Like, a lot of people speculate that he spends no time with the kids, that he helps Stephanie with absolutely nothing, and he doesn't make money. It's not like this man's at work all day and he just does nothing when he comes home. That'd be a whole different story, right? No, apparently, allegedly, this man has no job, brings in zero income, sits on his butt and plays PS5 like a little child all day, does not take care of his own children, gives no attention to his girlfriend who does everything, and just gets to, live life and gets fed. She cooks, she cleans, she does everything. Now, this is not excusing her part in any of this, but I do feel a little bit bad for the girl that she is in this kind of relationship and that she doesn't honestly see that she deserves better. All right, so I don't want to drag this video on too long. Let me know your thoughts. These are different types of videos that I'm doing for my channel now, but let me know your thoughts on this type of content in the comments below. And until next time, I'll see you later, friends.